welcome. Tonight we've got our first Summiteer Live, the evening edition, which is a great, I don't know what we want to call it, talk show that we've been doing on Saturdays for 6, 7, 8 months now. Summiteer Live has worked out really well. And so we decided there's a lot of good information, and really everyone that has participated on Saturdays was, hey, we got to do this for available to more people. And so we decided to add another one during Wednesday night, which seems to work out pretty good for everyone. And so we hope that as kind of the word gets out, that everyone participates more in this event. So usually I have co-hosts galore, but as you can see, you're stuck with me today. So both Paula, who's our Director of Lifestyle, and Rob, our Assistant Food and Beverage Manager, will normally be here helping me out so that you don't have to listen to my boring voice the whole time. But they're both took the day off, so you get stuck with me today. Anyways, a bunch of stuff we tend to talk about it during Summiteer Live. A lot of it is lifestyle related, kind of talk about the upcoming events and the things that we're doing. A lot of it too is maybe common questions that are being put out there in the community, current topics, current events, upcoming things, kind of sneak peek to some things that maybe aren't posted yet. Summiteer Live, we talk about a lot of the maintenance that goes on. Sometimes we bring in guest hosts to kind of talk about the cool things that some of the staff is working on, or maybe a club is promoting something that they would come on. So we use Summiteer Live as a great communication tool to broadcast to the membership. So what we do like to start with is an event review, which is kind of just a reminder of all the fun stuff that we're working on. So New Year's Eve, we had that obviously on New Year's Eve. And we did evening at the Monte Carlo. Great event. Yes, we had less people than we were planning on, but still did a really nice event. We had 4 or 5 food stations. We had past appetizers. We had cocktail luge. We had DJ and photo booth, a bunch of different things going on at all times. We didn't scale anything back, even though we had a lot less members due to the pandemic, but we still went all out, which was really exciting. So everyone was dressed up, and it was a little bit icy, but everyone got into the club safely, got out of the club safely. It went really well. So super excited with that. One Day University. So One Day University is our online seminars that we offer. So we've partnered with this company called One Day University that reaches out to professors all across the country, which is pretty slick. And so, really nice, Brown University and, just all the really nice colleges and universities throughout the country. And they teach seminars and have classes. And so we are able to get into those and watch their webinars and such live. They also have live chat rooms, so you can talk to the professor and interact with them, which is really cool. The 2 upcoming ones we have are The Origins of Walt Disney, and then Cole Porter, His Music, Life, and Wit. Quick reminder that, say, the Walt Disney one, if you miss it live on the 7th, you can rewatch it because it's recorded. It stays on the link every day until the Cole Porter one starts. So you can watch it on the 8th, the 9th, or the 10th. Member-led clubs. So we've got a bunch of clubs still going. It's January. Everyone's kind of getting ready for the upcoming year. So Garden Club is doing their garden trivia, which I think is 50 people or something coming for that. It's going to be a huge event on tomorrow in Hawks Nest in this room, which is really exciting. We have American Mahjong. They're going to play on Friday in Four Suits. Poker Club's back. We actually have a new poker table. So in addition to that really nice one we have there, we also purchased another large poker table because they've got so many people doing Poker Club, which is really good. So this is the evening one on January 8th. And then just all the clubs, like I said, are kicking off. Today we had Sewing Club in here, which is really cool. Hopefully you don't find any needles on the carpet or anything like that. We found one earlier, which is why I'm saying that. But it was really good to kind of see some members kind of using the facility. So like I said, lots of stuff going on. Check out MTL to get up to speed on your club. Upcoming events. Well, look, that's a good picture of Chef Dino's head, the top of his head. Who's taking that picture? You got to be super tall to take that picture, Paula.
Obviously, it was me.
Yeah, I mean, in heels or what? Holy Toledo. That's way up there. Tower over Dino. These are bacon-wrapped scallops. Looks like he's searing off. So, but anyways, upcoming events. We've got the Mark Ryan wine tasting tomorrow, which will be in Two Tides. So we have that event. We've got the vision board workshop on the 8th on Saturday. So kind of a new year, new you, kind of set your game plan. The vision boards work out really well to kind of, hey, what do we want to accomplish this year? What trips do we want to do? What, you know, and kind of put all that together in one area to be able to kind of be a visual reminder for you throughout the year on what you want to accomplish. Also on Saturday, we're doing the Dr. Landry Healthy Longevity live stream. So this is part of our speaker notes, our
keynote speaker series.
Our keynote speaker series. And Dr. Landry, who we hosted last year virtually, he's going to do, I believe, 4, right, Paula? 4.
It's part of it's part of a 6-part series for this year, all focused on healthy longevity and how we can create that for ourselves throughout the year.
Perfect. So we'll have that on Saturday as well. And then Sunday is the last Seahawks game of the season. So if you feel like you can muscle through watching another game, I don't know. It's tough to watch, but we do have that on this Sunday. And then that Tuesday, we're going to have men's lunch already. So they'll be back full group for that. So it's exciting. A bunch of stuff going on. A little reminder here. In 2 days is the last day to register for the Lemay Car Museum, which we're going next Friday, the 14th. $18. I don't know if you've ever been to the car museum, but it's really nice. And you just, you know, what's funny about the car museum is I remember way back in the day, let's say 25 years at least 25 years ago. I remember my dad would always talk about this guy. He's got like this garage full of cars, and you know, once a year he'd open it up for a weekend for people to like check out these cars. And I always thought my dad was crazy or whatever, and I'd never really paid much attention to it. And then I come to find out that my dad was talking about LeMay's car collection, and you know, it was kind of just like a real coveted thing at the time because it was only open once a year originally. And so, but LeMay, you know, finally partnered with the city and the county, and they were able to build a really nice facility in downtown Tacoma and open this amazing car museum, which is only part of the collection. You know, they've got another site off in Marymount over there in Spanaway area and have more cars over there. And so what's kind of fun for those that don't know was LeMay was in the garbage business. You know, they ran the garbage and recycling in the area. And then his idea was he wanted to make sure to drive all these cars. So they're not like pristine, like, you know, show quality cars. They're like cars that you could take out and drive tomorrow, which is pretty slick. And which is also really fun because I worked at Tacoma Country and Golf Club, and they actually brought down a bunch of the cars. They brought 10 cars down that they just drove down, just regular old classic cars, which is pretty slick. They don't mind driving it because that was Harold Lemay's vision. I think it was Harold. That might be his son. But that was Lemay's vision. He wanted cars that he could drive, and they didn't need to be, the show quality by any means. They just need to be able to drive, and so largest collection in the world, largest private collection in the world. Pretty slick. So, anyways, we got that next Friday. Bunch of stuff to check out there. We're starting up a new. Oh, sorry, Paula. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that the ticket price includes your admission and parking. We're gonna meet at the lodge at 9:45, and then we'll caravan down to the museum.
Perfect. New thing we're starting up in January: Wine University. So we got new educational series with Catherine. Catherine's our new wine steward that we hired a month or two ago. So these wine universities are going to be similar to the wine tastings, but they're going to be a little more structured. There'll be more of an educational aspect of it. There's going to be like PowerPoint presentations. And like I said, Catherine's going to dive more into talking about the wine or maybe the region or the varietal and less about the winery that's producing it. So she's going to kind of break down, wine 101, if you will. And so we're starting those up in January. They'll be the fourth Thursday of the month. So look for those, register for those if you're interested with that. And you're still getting, you're still doing your drinking. That's the best part, right? Because, you don't want to come to these and, okay, great, we learned about wine, but do we get to taste it? Yeah, you'll be tasting wine, 5 to 6 wines typically during these wine universities. All right, new Happier Hour menu. So we've got that starting tonight. We got the barbacoa beef street tacos, super delicious. I just saw Remby Cratley eating those right now. Tikka masala lamb meatballs, which the lamb didn't come in. So we unfortunately didn't, we've had some supply issues this week. So the lamb didn't come in, unfortunately. But we will have those for next week. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. It's that time of the year, right? Where you want just a standard little grilled cheese and some tomato soup. Popcorn shrimp. This was another thing that didn't make it on the truck. Didn't get here today. But normally we'll have little popcorn shrimps, which is good. Shoestring fries, which are always delicious. And then the classic beef slider duo. Always delicious. So good little Happier Hour menu. Dino's he wrote the Happier Hour menus for the next 3-4 months. And they're all really homemade, just a real attention to putting love into each dish. You look at like the tikka masala and the barbacoa. Like he spent all day just kind of doing the Happier Hour menus the other day, and just got so excited because he was just like, oh, I just want to do this and I want to do that, and all house-made, sauces and preparations. So he's really excited to showcase that. Cancellation policy and reminder, just as we've got a lot of moving parts that's going on nowadays with the pandemic, we just want to remind everyone, last day to cancel your activities and events without being charged is 12 o'clock, 7 days before the event. And we really do this because it allows our team to plan accordingly. We got to order the food or the beverage, get the staff scheduled and all that stuff for that. Fitness, last day to cancel your registration without being charged for an event is 24 hours before the class. So know ahead of time, try to let us know. And then the refund policy, if you are sick or have been in close contact with someone who has tested positive for COVID, we will issue a refund within that 7-day window. So there is a little bit of leniency towards that. You'll get refunded. Yep. So that's why we put it that way. We have some members that maybe call us and say, oh, there's a spike in cases and we don't want to come in. Yeah, that doesn't really, the pandemic's been around. You can't really unregister for that reason. But if hey, we just hung out with someone that tested positive and we don't feel like spreading. Hey, great. Yeah, we don't want you coming either. So go ahead and stay home. We'll refund you all that. Or, if you wake up and you get a little bit of the sniffles, give us a call. We'll definitely refund that. So, yeah, pretty simple there. We don't need to touch on that too much more. 2 Tides Pool and Spa. So we have some scheduled maintenance. So January 10th through 12th next week, Robert hired a company that's going to come in and fix a lot of our drains that are broken. So along the pool edge, there's a lot of the pool drains that have been cracked or damaged for a long time. We finally found the company that can come in and take care of that. But it's kind of major demo. It's concrete, so they're going to be pulling those out, chopping that up. It kind of gets a little messy. So we decided to close the pool down for 3 days just to make sure that gets done and repaired and solidified before we reopen. So, and I forgot my slide. I forgot to put my slide in. So usually there's a GM slide in here, and I forgot to put it in there. But I kind of like to talk about like I said, upcoming maintenance things or just kind of random things, really. But I do like to showcase some of our team members too. So Robert Pickering, our facility manager, been doing an awesome job. For those that don't know, he's been scrubbing the tiles on the pool. So if you look in the pool right now, he's only got about halfway done. But if you look in the pool, the edging tile, he takes a razor blade and scratches the tile and then scrubs it with a scrubber to get kind of the film that's on there. And so he's been doing that by hand for the last few weeks. Tile looks amazing. If you look at the spots he's done, it really does pop. But just attention to detail is all about Robert. So he worked on the floor polishes on Monday. So we polished up the wood floors both in the mantle and in the hallways. We're starting to see the Christmas lights, holiday lights get taken down. We know we got one that's dangling right here. Unfortunately, our light guy is obviously busy taking everybody's down, so hopefully that'll get addressed here pretty soon. Our spa was down the last week or two. We had one of our heaters die, so the spa heaters die, so we could only get the spa would only go up to like 70 degrees, and it's better when it's over about 101, 102. So we luckily, it was still under warranty, so they replaced that heater the other day, got a new one out there, which is really great. So now it's back up to normal temp, spa's open, ready to go. And then something that's nothing really fun to learn about, but just kind of interesting, is our sprinkler system for the building. We had an issue with our backflow for the water, and so Robert we just fixed that today. So we got the sprinkler system, which has always been able to work, but just kind of this valve that needed to be replaced, which was kind of a major deal. So we got that fixed today, which is great. And then, like I said, I kind of like to talk about stuff that's happening in the club. So just a reminder, we are still short-staffed. We normally, before the pandemic, had about 50 employees. Right now, gotten back up to 40 or so, 42. So we're getting there, which is really great. We got a few more to go before we can open the club up anymore, but we're really close, which is really exciting. Our goal is to really get back to Tuesdays open, both lunch and dinner, lunch throughout the week. Dino's going to do breakfast on the weekend, so really close to doing that. Unfortunately, we did lose one of our new fitness trainers who was supposed to start this week. She got another job offer, which seems to be common situation we've run into lately, so that was kind of unfortunate, but we'll still keep looking for new fitness trainers to come in and help out. But the ones we have now are doing a great job. Angela's done a really awesome job. Roxanne's classes are always packed, so exciting that they're doing such a great job. We have increased wages, so that was a big topic the last few months in our Summiteer Lives on Saturdays. We talked about wages and how we've really increased our wages, not necessarily to be above and beyond by any means, but definitely to stay with the market trends and to stay competitive in that regard. So we are still in the average, but a little more on the higher end of the average, which is great. we're still having a challenge finding staff and doing interviews. I mean, we line up a lot of interviews, but like today we had 16, I think, booked for today. I think only 5 showed up. So it's still pretty tough. And then out of that 5, is that really the 5 that you want? We're pretty particular, so hopefully you recognize our staff does a really good job, but they all have one very important quality, that they all just really have a real big bubbly personality and a caring, hospitable personality. And you'd be surprised how many people apply to the industry that don't have that. So we spend a lot of time digging to make sure we find the right people. And so that's why hiring's been really tough. And but we're excited that we're nearing the end of that, and or at least a maintainable area where we can at least then add people to be on the bench and not be scrambling every day. So so we're excited for that. But yeah, wages for all the departments have been steadily increasing, and some of our departments have gone up nearly at least $8 in some areas per hour. So it's been a very interesting 6 months on the staff thing. So recruiting is huge. Retaining will be even bigger once we get everyone here. But the club really tries to stay on top of all that. So I did want to announce that Paula, who's on the call today, was recently promoted to Director of Lifestyle and Wellness. So really excited. See, they clapped for you, Paula. I don't know if you could hear that. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Woo!
Thank you. I'm excited.
So Paula, before that, was Lifestyle Manager. And the director role really encompasses more departments. So she now oversees fitness department. She works closer with the concierge department and has a little more access to do the things that she's really looking for. She's done an amazing job in the year as a lifestyle manager, and we're so excited to promote her and continue her upward movement with the company and with the club. And then she leaves for maternity leave here in like 2 weeks. So, whatever. But she definitely deserved the promotion, and then she gets what she wants, and then she leaves. It's kind of funny. But excited for her and her family as they embrace the promotion, which is great, and then also embrace their new little one, so which will be fun. And then Happy Hour. Happy Hour is back. That was the last thing on my note here, is just a reminder that Happy Hour is finally back. And so I know everyone's kind of doing the whole New Year's hangover and stuff, and everyone's kind of relaxing at home this week and probably next week. But we will get back to the normal shindig of packing the grand living room for Happy Hour. It should be really exciting. So questions? A lot of times we reach out and say, hey, what have you heard? What do you got questions? Hey, somebody said this. Is this true? Or sometimes people just come up to me and say, hey, I don't like this or that or whatever. So I'm okay with that. That's the whole point of it. So, but are there any questions or comments to bring up or talking points? Good question. So the annual monthly or the monthly pass. Yes, we still have the monthly pass. Yep. So $45 for the pass, which is great right now because we're offering, what do you say, Paula? 18 to 20 classes a week. Mm-hmm. Although we just lost, it's probably 18 classes a week at least. So plenty of opportunity to take advantage of that, right? 9 classes, it pays for itself. So yes, definitely still have the monthly pass, which has worked out really well. Really well. What other questions are out there? No one has a cocktail. I was worried that everyone would come in, cocktail, feeling a little courageous after a little beverage.
Questions rapid firing.
I know, questions rapid firing, and we just have to defend ourselves. But no, we hope maybe that's what it'll grow into, maybe where it'll be a little more like that. But anyways, like I said, Summiteer Live is really fun for us. Paul is usually here, and we can kind of bounce back and forth and discuss things. But lots of fun going on. We're really excited for this year. You know, we've got SSL Sightseers that's doing bed and breakfasts this year. I mean, shoot, we got a wait list for the one we're doing in Bremerton, which is really exciting. We've got more off-site trips. You know, we've learned so much about the membership during COVID and really had to think outside of the box for a lot of things during COVID. And in theory, the pandemic was supposed to be wearing down by this point, so we were hoping to like really kind of showcase all that fun stuff. So we've got a lot of good stuff lined up, and anything from workshops to massage therapies to off-site events, on-site events. I mean, we've spent so much time the last few months really writing menus and event descriptions for the next nearly 6 months. We've got January through about May planned out already, from the easy things like Valentine's and Easter and Mother's Day to things like murder mystery dinners and casino nights with an actual casino company coming in. I mean, we've just got so much stuff that we're excited to get everyone back here in the club, safely back here in the club. And so we hope that everyone can be mindful as we kind of get through the little bit of a blip of COVID that we're having right now, and kind of look forward to kind of bigger and better things here in the future. And just a reminder I say it all the time, but sometimes it wears off. Our team does a really good job, and I can't thank them enough just for not only recently this week with all the storm adjustments and late, 2-hour delays or closures and stuff, but also with the COVID changes. You know, our team still does a daily check-in form every day. We have really strict protocols on making sure that, if they have the sniffles, they're going home for 10 days, or there's so many different things that we have in place to ensure that they're being as safe as possible so that you have the safest environment possible. And so excited and proud of the team for really grabbing a hold of that and truly executing that, because it's easy to, especially in our industry, it's easy to just, want to be there for the membership and not pay attention to the minor symptoms, or just say, oh, it's just the sniffles, it's no big deal. But our team has really taken all that stuff to heart and does a wonderful job. So I can't thank them enough, that's for sure. So
will you continue having happy hour on Wednesday?
We will, yeah. Yep, happy hour is really kind of officially back in January, although it's not really sound like it today. Usually you can hear it across the parking lot. It's so loud in there, but yep, happy hour is officially back, and with open seating, in the grand living room. So walk-ins are available for that. Reservations in the restaurant. So yeah, it's filling up, and tonight's not so busy, but yeah, last few weeks has been pretty crazy in there, so which has been good. That's what we're being saying. No, that's something that we've talked to, and with the ownership and everything, and they've decided not to do this. Not a requirement by any means, and the facility is designed for and meets all the expectations that are put in place. We wouldn't have our permits our occupancy permits if we didn't meet all that. But at this time, no, they don't plan on doing anything like that. Yeah. To hit a button, yeah, and hopefully as the concierge team gets a little more comfortable about what they're doing, and really the phone's been really busy lately too. So, but yeah, they got to be better about getting up and helping out with the front door for sure. So we may have some new leadership up there here pretty soon that'll help out with that, I think. So, which would be good.
Yeah, we'd like to have more room for libraries sometime.
Definitely, that's always on your wish list. I know that. Any other questions? No? All right, well, thank you all very much. Woo! We got through the first one.
Yay!
Thanks, Paula. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.